Hi all, welcome back to more Trismegistus. Solo this is, by the way. I should introduce it as that. I had to edit the first video uploaded actually. I didn't put solo down because this is obviously it's a multiplayer game with it's got a solo variant built in. This is my part 3. The bot has just finished its second dice of the first round. We're about to finish our second dice of the first round. I was just having a little look to see what I might want to do. I know when we transmuted along here and we got these two, and then this experiment sort of looks quite tempting, but then we need to take this or take this. Like, we take that for a potency of 1. We do have ethereal dye tokens now though, so we can use one of them. Or we could take that and turn that into that, but it would be red, so we've got to keep that in mind. But might be worthwhile doing. But however, we've still got to finish this second dice. So I was having a little think about what I might want to do. We've only got one potency left, so we can only do one thing. I mean, getting another one of these wouldn't be so bad now, I suppose, since we used that one up. We quite often need them. You know, there's 2 experiments out there I can see that needs one of these. One of the, sorry, let me get my thing. Lead, I think, isn't it? Yeah, raw lead. But I was sort of looking at this again now. I want to make use of these artifacts before the end of the round as well, because they then refresh at the end of the round. The round ends when we've used all our 3 dice. So, but this one again is going to knock us back down a track. Well, we've already benefited from completing that experiment, and I don't think there's anything that can stop that from happening. We needed to be on 2 on the fire track at the time. The fact now, if we go back down to 1 on the fire track, I don't think there's anything that says that then becomes not completed. I think that's fine. Well, there is something there or not, but it doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound like you'd be able to do it. So obviously we're going to knock ourselves down 1, and it would have to be on the fire track, which I know isn't great, but the rewards are really good. Getting 3 more, probably Mercury again. And remember, the Mercury is going to bump us back up that fire track at some point. Other options are getting another essence. Well, that's not any good. Buying that experiment, which it is a different colour. I mean, like I say, I want one of each colour, because they freely unlock one of the parts of the philosopher's stone. They unlock the formula. They unlock one formula for free, and then the other ones you need to unlock with gold at the cost of 1 gold for the first, 2 gold for the second. And by the way, I can, although this one I would have to pay gold for, and at the moment it costs me 1 gold, I could do that as a free action. I can do it before I take my action or not. These are all things you can do. That's my understanding anyway. I don't have any gold, as you can see. That's where gold is. But if I did, right now I could spend 1 and then take that. And then, but if I wanted to, I could buy one of these 3 as well. One of these 6 actually. And it would cost me 1 gold. You only get one of these free for the first experiment that you place up there. And the other one's got to be purchased with gold. You can do it either way though. I could pay for the gold first and take this. Then when I've completed a blue experiment, of course I'm going to get one cheaper, so that makes sense as well. Then I get the other one. But I don't have any gold at the moment. Well, there's a thought. I was talked about taking a red dice. We could transmute into silver, but then I've just said that experiment that I had an eye on needs 2 of these, so you can't have everything, can you? So what was I thinking there? Yeah, not sure. I think I'm going to do this craziness. Yeah, because the other options for an action here are not Not anything special. You know, get a raw lead. That's probably what I would do, is get a raw lead. I'm not really fussy about another essence. Can't buy an artifact. Can't recharge an artifact. Could buy the experiment, but needs to be 3 on the air track. That other one needs 2 on the earth track, which is a bit better, I think. Yeah, I think so. Right, okay, I'm going to do that. I don't know if this is crazy tactics or not. So I'm going to spend 1 potency to finish this dice off to transmute along the white. Yeah, remember you've got well, I've still got these essences, so that's fine. So I'm going to transmute along the white there. Now, the way I read that, I was just watching back on part 2 there before I'd uploaded it. With that timing, I think this has to happen first. That's sort of the way I think I read it. This has to happen first, because I think I was in a position where I thought, can I use that, bump myself up on the track, then reduce myself down on the track? Well, I don't think so. I think this has to happen first before we get the bump up. I don't know though. I don't know. I mean, the way I was doing it before was like doing that, spending the essence, moving myself up on the track, and then doing this. But I think the timing rules suggest that it's done in the other way, that this has to happen first. So let's do this first then. Let's try and do it by the book. So we need to go down on the track, and we're going to gain 3 of any essence. So obviously that's the only track we're up on, so we need to come back down 1 on the fire track. And I think, well, maybe not this time. So I need 3. I mean, I was grabbing 3 mercury here again. What is that experiment going to be on the earth track, which needs salt essence? So we could use this salt essence to do this transmute right now. That knocks us up to 1 on the earth track, and then we'd only need 2. So yeah, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm only going to take 2 mercury, and then my other essence is going to be another salt. Right, so that was me triggering my artifact, so I can flip that over. Now I need to pay the essence for the transmute. Like I say, I was doing that the other way about, but so I'm going to pay the salt. I suppose there's timing rules that help then. I don't know if that was allowed or not. Say I didn't have any salt at all, would that allow me to have gained salt before I do the transmute? Let me look at that again. Oh, I've got the page still open there. No effects can be used between moving a material cube along a transmutation arrow and activating the artifact. No effects can be used between. So nothing happens. That's the first thing that happens, is activating the artifact, I think, which would then give us the salt there. Even if you receive a bonus tokens effect due to performing mastery track movement, you're only allowed to use it after the transmutation is completed and an artifact's ability is completely resolved. So it does sound like the artifact's got to happen first before you move up mastery tracks, before you spend essence. I'm not 100% sure about that, but anyway, we did have a salt at the time anyway, so if that wasn't allowed to be there, then at least I had one. So I'm going to use that for the transmutation. So that allows us to move up on the earth track, whereas where the salt essence is. So we go up 1 on that, and yeah, that's it, isn't it? That's us. So that was the last potency of that dice, so it goes down into slot number 2. I've no experiments we can complete. There's no free actions that we've got there that we can do. Now we've got 1 reaction left, and remember, he's going to move on to his last dice. We possibly also want to benefit by maybe transmuting along black. Yeah, I did say I would take a red dice, so didn't I? Well, here's hoping that he drafts a black dice, and we can react to that. That would be perfect. Right, over to the bot. So he's going to draw a card, he needs a new dice, we're hoping he's going to pick a black one, and that looks like he's not, damn it. So it's a red mercury. Oh yeah, something I was thinking, and I'm pretty sure this is right. well, let me see. Let me just look this up first. Yeah, I was saying about, because there's no dice in here, we can't get any mercury. You can draft this dice and turn it into mercury. The potency becomes how many dice are in here, but you can turn it to any symbol you want. You can't change the colour. Obviously, it's still a red dice, and it's still got a potency of 2, but you can turn it into mercury. So, yeah, I may have not sounded like I knew that was possible. And to be honest, maybe I wasn't thinking about it straight. Just because there's no dice in there, that doesn't matter. I don't think so. It says drafting wild dice. It says after you draft a wild dice, immediately turn it into a different symbol. You still use the number of dice in the wild bowl to determine your potency, but for all action and reaction purposes, your die will be treated as the symbol you changed it to. Yeah, so it doesn't matter that there's no dice in there. We can still change it to mercury. Okay, good. Right, so he's wanting a red mercury die. So, yeah, he's going to take this. He's going to do exactly what I just said, isn't he? Yeah, because these have all got the same potency 2. This is where he wants to prioritise first. And the fact he can change it into mercury, that is fine. So he changes it into mercury, and it's a potency of 2. He's no ethereal die tokens, so yeah, this is going to be a quick finish. Although, this is his special card, isn't it? Oh, damn. He's going to go nuts here then, because he's bound to be ahead of me on the tracks. He's ahead of me on every track. So that's him drafting his dice. Like I say, can't bump it up. He's no ethereal die token, so he's going to spend 1. So he is going to have 1 more turn before the end of the round. And if you hadn't, now remember the difficulty level we set was basically this is not less than or equal to, it's just less than, and this is greater than or equal to make it harder for ourselves. So do they have less than me on the water track? No. Well, I've just said that they're ahead of me on every track, right? So do they have greater than or equal to me on the water track? Yes, they do. They're going to gain 5 points. So another 5 up to 10. Like I say, it never moved at all that last game I played with all the basic settings, right enough. And then he's also going to go up 1 in the fire, 1 in the earth, and 1 in the air. So he's going 1 on the earth, 1 in the fire, 1 in the air, 1 on the fire, and then 1 on the air, which gives him a chameleon token, which is going to give him more points, isn't it? Yeah, I'm not getting any of the bonuses either. Just to double check, the chameleon token scores 5 victory points immediately. Yeah, so there's another 5. So he's up to 15. Up to 15. That's his action taken. Now he is going to take 1 more action because he does have 1 potency left. So, well, if we want to react, I always like opening that page at that bit. Some of these things just sit better with me when it's ever the reactions or even the actions. I like to have the page open just in case I forget one of them. So gain a material. Well, this time it's a mercury. So that feels better. We did just fill that bowl with 2. Again, in essence, obviously mercury is just the same. You can see on it there. It just shows a mercury symbol because it counts as an essence and a material. You'll see that the what is that, iron? Yeah, the iron one there. You can take any essence if you draft that. So that's quite good as well. That's a bonus to that one. Whereas the other ones have the set 3 essences, and mercury is just, like I say, it can be material or it still goes in the same bit, but you can use it for either. We can transmute. However, it would be along a red. Well, I did say about that, didn't I? We could transmute. Yeah, but then I also said that if we're going to draft, if we're kind of after that green artifact experiment here, it needs 2 of these. I mean, don't get me wrong, we could still transmute into more of that, but What was the other thing that was on my mind about reacting? Yeah, I was hoping he would get black so I could react to this. Because he's going to do one more action, and we're not going to be able to react by transmuting along that and getting that. Obviously we can recharge an artifact. I don't want to do that. Yeah, and this is only... Oh, actually, I think we're only allowed to do one. Whereas if it was our action, we would be able to spend 2 essences to transmute both of these. My reading of it in the rules, when you react, it does say transmute 1 raw or refined material. So I wouldn't be able to do the both. I would have to just do 1. Is that maybe tempting then? I mean, to be honest, if I don't react to this just now, that's the reaction I'm going to have to make next turn. It's going to be a red Mercury dice, so I either do that transmute or I maybe just take another Mercury. In actual fact, taking the Mercury is probably better, isn't it? You can't have too much Mercury. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to react and just take another Mercury. Okay, so that was the reaction. Right, so it's over to us. We've got no dice now. We've no reaction tokens left. We just want to kind of use this if we can, but that doesn't mean we're going to have to draft the black dice here. So, I mean, what's wrong with maybe this one, Grant? This is 2 on the air track, though. Yeah, I just bumped myself up on the earth track, didn't I? And air was the one we went up and we came back down again. And that's, in essence, will not go any off. Sorry, I'm not showing you now. There's the air track. It's the sulfur. Sulfur essence. We don't have any of that. So, and that's what we need for this experiment. And obviously I'm just looking about taking this black tin dice. Other options, black copper dice. And that's 3 on the air track. Well, we've went up to 1 on the air track. Reward wise, they're both okay actually. That gives you 3 essences. That gives you a couple of raw materials. But that needs 3 on the air track. But then I do have another essence to be able to bump 1 more on that air track. So, yeah, that one was, mind you, the rewards for that aren't great. 2 raw materials. It's not awful though. And you can see we actually do need a refined copper as well, which we've not got. So, mind you, the other thing is that if we do transmute along that, we can get a refined copper or a refined tin. So, I mean, I do have ethereal dye tokens, so if I did take that, but I could boost it to 2, which isn't great. Transmute along 1 and buy the enchantment. Sorry, the experiment. That would be my 2 actions, I think. Yeah, but then we would have the materials for that, and we can get yeah. You know what? That's sold it to me. I think you can get sidetracked a bit by thinking, oh, but I'm getting more potency out of these or these, obviously, than this. But just thinking that through there, I can actually draft this and I think complete this experiment before the end of the round. Whereas if I do any of the other ones, I don't think I can. Okay, so that's me done. I'm going to draft this iron, isn't it? Where's the symbol for that? Yeah, iron. So I'm going to draft this. It was drafted as a 1, but I'm going to use an ethereal dye token to boost that to a 2. Now, I might not have used that, but I actually do need the 2 actions here. Because, like I say, I want to transmute. And I want to purchase it. In fact, that's what I'm going to do first, just in case he steals it. So my action for the turn is to spend 1 and purchase this artifact. Obviously, that's only. Oh, sorry, I'm calling it artifact. That's an experiment. So I'm going to purchase this. So that's a basic experiment. We've got, and you can see we've got the 2 refined iron, and we need 1 of these, but we can get by our next action, a transmuting. Okay, we've got 1 left. That was us. Over at him. Yeah, we're going to get this round finished. So he flips over. Still has a dice. Well, it's his last dice. This is 2, but he's only got 1 left, so that's fine. He just completes that. And he gains... That's an artifact, isn't it? It gains an artifact. Okay, and it tells you over the page here. But it's just the artifact of the colour. He was using a red die, so he's going to get 1 of these 2 artifacts. So priorities are, when choosing an artifact, Bottom Justice will take an artifact matching its current die colour, which is red. From those, it will pick the one with the most elemental symbols, where they've both got 1. Some of these have more than 1 elemental symbol. I know some of them have 2. Whether there's any that have 3 or not, I don't know, but some of them have 2. But you can see they're both just 1, so it's tied. If tied, roll the regular 6-sided die and a roll of 1 to 3, take the artifact on the left, 4 to 6. Which choose the other one. So a 1 to 3, it's going to be on the one on the left. There's a 1. So it's going to take this artifact on the left. And let's say all that happens is it just counts that as another fire icon. We need to replenish this. Not that it matters because these are going away. And that's it, turn finish. We can't react to that. Yeah, that was it. That was all it was doing, just gaining an artifact. Yeah, we've no reaction left anyway. Okay, so for our final action, we're going to spend 1 potency. We're going to transmute along here. Right, so I'll do it like I think it should be done. So this triggers first. I'm going to gain the the refined copper instead of the refined tin. So refined copper into there, because that's what we need. And then I need to spend my essence. I'm going to spend the salt essence again. So spend the salt essence. And the salt essence allows me to move up the earth track, up to level 2 on the earth track. And what do you know? What does this experiment need? It needs 2 on the earth track. It needs... Right, so that's our action complete. Yeah? So I'm going to complete this. I might as well. Now, hold on. No, let's look and be careful. I would like to put it here and get 2 more reaction tokens. 4 reaction tokens, that would be amazing. But I'm going to have to take 1 of these. Well, I don't need to use these though, Grant. You don't need to use them. I mean, that's 2 times refresh reaction, which is good. But this is 2 times of any essence. I think I'd probably take that one. Yeah, I think I'm going to complete it because I don't need to use the formula thing. Is it formula? Yeah, I think they're formulas. And that's their definition. Okay, so I'm going to complete this. We've got that. We need 1 refined copper and 2 refined iron. Remember, we're not going to discount for this one because this is the first one. So all that goes away. We complete it. Our reward is 2 raw materials of any type. Well, strangely, I think I'd like... Oh, hang on. I should have replenished that as well. So let's put that back out. Because I think they stay in the next round as well. So I'm just like, quite a lot of them have one of these required. You know, there's three experiments out there that require one of them. So what am I getting? I'm getting 2 raw materials. It is tempting to go daft with the mercury, but well, you also want to probably benefit from your artifacts again. So having one here to go along there, mind you, I don't want to maybe overuse that. You know, I'm going to use it if I'm struggling for essences, clearly, but I think I will put one there. I don't know if that feels a bit weak or not. Actually, there's nothing to stop me having one here, is it? It just says any. That's not awful, and we could transmute and get a silver. Yeah, I think so. I think I'm easier going to get this. I think I'm going to put it along there, actually. Mind you, silver, you know, well, once this level 2 experiments come in, maybe there might be some requirement for silver. The thing is, silver can also, you know, reduce your requirement on the mastery track. So, yeah, let's go with that, right? And then finally, this gets to go put under here. So that's completed our first green earth experiment, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to take or do I want to know? Do I want to go nut and then next turn just go absolutely reaction daft? Because we're going to get 2 more reaction tokens here, and if I took that one, that would refresh 2 of them as well. So we'd get 6 reactions. We'd need to react right away, I think. The other one gives me 2 times of any essence. Yeah, see, that's kind of tempting as well, though, isn't it? Yeah, maybe just keep that other one. Yeah, I think I'm going to take that then instead. So I'm going to take that and put it in there. And because I put that in there, we've completed this row. So we get one extra reaction token and another extra reaction token. So we're getting 2 more reaction tokens. No, hold on. That was silly though. Then I can't use... No, let's not do that. Oh, but I've... Yeah, that's wasted then. Damn it. Well, I don't think I could have completed the experiment any sooner. Unless you don't complete the experiment, but what's the point in that? It just means that I'm going to have 2 possible reaction tokens and I can't react because he's finished the round. Oh, in actual fact, he finished first, so his token should come into that space. So he's going to be first player next turn as well. Yeah, I don't think there's any point in holding back. I mean, if I hold off on not completing the experiment, that doesn't benefit me, does it? No. The only other option is I don't put it there, and I'd probably put it there, which would give me 1 gold, and it would refresh my two reactions, which would then be wasted. So I mean, yeah, I could put somewhere else, but okay. Well, like I was saying there, although it's a sort of waste, I don't think I would have had the time to be able to complete that and be able to get these and react. Maybe I might have done. Okay, so we're going to get there too. We're not going to activate this just yet because we might not be sure about what 2 essences we want to take. But that's fine. Okay, and that was me. That was my action over. That's the last of my dice. So the round's going to end. So end the round. Right, let me just check. End the round. Any of the difficulty things mess about with the round? I don't think so. No. The one things we've got to watch are he can spend gold at the end for his mastery, his masterpiece. What are the other ones? At the end of the game, we draw 3 masterpieces instead of 2. The personality card triggers if they're equal. Well, we just seen that. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay. Right. So ending the round then. So we finished second. So we go there, and this order's just going to be the same. Right, where are that? End the round. Right. All players flip all their artifacts and reaction tokens face up. So yeah, so these were we could have used it if we'd had the chance to use them again, obviously, and then we would have been flipping 4 up. But hey ho. Right, so them and our artifacts, they all get refreshed. Bot doesn't bother about any of that. If this was a third round, skip the remainder. Well, it's not, and then we just go to end game score and then. Remove all the face-up artifacts from the artifact marker, but not from the laboratory board. So we remove all of these, because these were the level 1s. And I'll chuck them out of the way. And then we bring in the level 2 artifacts. Now I have had all these shuffled, so I'm not going to mess about. Well, you know what, we'll do a little cut. Not that I could look through them and set them out in a way that would benefit anybody. So and then draw 6 new artifacts, right? 1, 2, so that first one is spend a gold and get 5 points. The second one is refresh a reaction times the amount of fire artifacts that you've got, I think. Which sounds pretty decent. You can see that's the first one we've seen with the 2. It's got the 2 symbols. This one as... Right, it looks like you're going to get any essence times the amount of formulas you've unlocked. So right now we've unlocked 2, so I think we would get 2. That would be my guess at that one. I'd maybe have a closer look. That one straight up get a gold, which is quite nice. They 2 are quite nice, aren't they? Next. Right. Well, that is... Oh, sorry. That is go down a track. I don't even want any more of them. That's go down a track to go up on... 3 times on... Is it the same track? Is that why the equals bit there? I don't know what that... Ah, there we go. See, some of them it has them, and then there's bits that are just missing. Yeah, see that's got the equals... And that one's got the equals scored out. So that's adventure marker 3 spaces on any 1 mastery track. And that's adventure marker 1 space on 3 different mastery tracks. Right, okay. So that one you would go up on the same one 3 times. But you'd have to come down on 1 as well. And that one's... You go up twice on the same mastery track, innit? So, I think out of them, I don't think we need to bother. These 2 look quite appealing. Getting gold's nice. Yeah. In fact, I think that's tempting me a little more than that. Okay, next step is remove all face-up experiments of level 1 lower than the number of the current round from the main game board. So it sounds a bit confusing the way that's worded, but it does give you... It tells you later that because I think we're still on round 1 right now, so 1 lower than round 1 is 0, so it's So these do not go away. And I think it tells you here. It says, but do not remove any finished or unfinished experiments belonging to players. So it says, this means that at the end of round 1, which is where we are, you do not remove any experiments. And at the end of round 2, you remove all level 1 experiments, if there are still any on the main game board. So we're not moving any of them. And then we replace the current experiment deck with the experiment deck of a level equal to the number of the next round, which is, we're going to take these away, and we're going to add the 2s, and they have already been shuffled up as well. I'll just give a little cut. Right, and then, well actually I'll just keep the cards in my hand because I think we're dealing them out now, aren't we? So add 1 new experiment drawn from the current experiment deck to each experiment space on the main game board. Yeah, so there's always going to be, it's just sometimes kind of awkward. Right, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. So, and these are all level 2s. So now you're going to get a choice of 2 experiments from each relevant bowl, symbol. That's what's left over. And then without changing their order, slide these back up. So again, it's going to be the same order. The box going first. And collect all the dice and play from all bowls and roll them following the procedure described in the rolling dice and filling bowls section. Okay, so we're going to grab our dice again. So we get the 3 back from the bot and the 3 back from us. And we put all these together. What I say, there's 14, is that right? 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, that's 13. We did remove another 1 though, didn't we? Just wait to double check that one. Increasing difficulty. Remove the additional white dice. So you're playing with 5 black, 4 white and 4 red. That is indeed 13, right. So we've got 13. Okay, so gonna roll the dice again. There we go. So we have for the, get myself right again, the lead, there's 2. I think. For the copper, there's 1, 2, 3. For the tin, there's only 1. For the mercury, there's a couple this time. The whale's got 4, so he's definitely taking a wild dice. For the iron, there's 1, and then as you can see, for the wild side that hangs, there's 4. And it's only if you get more than 5 of 1 that you would re-roll. So that's not going to be the case, so we're all good. And that's it, ready to go for the next round. I think I'm just going to cut it there. It seems like a bit of a short part though. But, yeah, or could you push on? No, I think I kind of could do with taking a break anyway. So, yeah, hopefully before I come back next turn, maybe try and look about, try and work out what it is I want to do. The bot. Oh, hang on. I should start the round with the bot's action because I don't. Oh, there's something else we forgot. The bot gets extra stuff, doesn't it? It gets more. Where does it tell us about that? Yeah, and the card as well. Forgot about that. Sorry. Let's deal with that. So yeah, at the end of the round, this is the sort of solo rules. Do end the round clean up for you and the board as usual, which we've just done. At the end of round 1, give Bottom Magistus 2 more ethereal die tokens. So he gets 2 more of these. and then at the end of round 2 we give them 3 more. So this is round 1 anyway. Right, and then adding a specialisation card, which are the green ones, aren't they? They are indeed. So let's get them. Let's get them down here. So at the end of round 1, check which elemental type it has the most elemental symbols of. And then it's got in brackets. Symbols are on artifacts plus each completed experiment counts as 1. Select randomly amongst tied symbols, if any. So you can see our 2 experiments over there. One's air, one's water. So this is water as well. That's 2 water, 1 air, 2 water, 1 air, and 1 fire. So it says shuffle the specialisation card or the matching type in the remaining cards in the Automata draw deck. Do not shuffle the discards into the deck at this point. So check which elemental type has the most symbols of. Yeah, so it's water, isn't it? So there's the earth one, there's the water one there, that's the air and that's fire. So we take this and it gets shuffled into these, but we don't shuffle the discards. So, and then I can put these 3 back. I think one of them comes in round 3 as well. So I just shuffle this up. Shuffle the specialisation card of the matching type into the remaining cards in the Automata draw deck. Do not shuffle the discards into the deck at this point. And then at the end of round 2, we would add a new specialisation card again. In the same way as above, but we ignore the elemental type of the card. Bottom Magistus gained in round 1. Obviously, we can't get water again, so it's going to be one of the other 3. Okay, that was all we needed to add there. So will I take its first turn? Because like I say, I do like to leave myself. Yeah, let's do that. Let's take its turn. So it's going to draw. It's going to draw and grab one of the wild dice anyway. So yeah, here we go. Right, so it's wanting a white iron or white tin. But yeah, this is where it's getting its most potency. So it's going to grab a white one of them. It's going to pick iron because it's on the left of the card rather than tin, which is on the right. So it's going to change this into iron. That's maybe a bit the symbol colour missed out there. Yeah, that's right. And he's grabbing it as a 4 from a bowl of 4. So it goes on the potency 4. However, he does have an ethereal die token. It's less than 5, so he's going to spend one of them to put it up to 5. So that goes away. Then he's going to spend 2. 1, 2. To go up twice on the air track. You can see the bot is pretty simple. Some of the bits are a little more complex, but most of the time it's pretty simple. So 2 on the air track is here. So 1, 2. That's his turn done. However, that's his turn done, but yeah, I was forgetting, we're surely wanting to react. Damn, that means I'm going to have to go through this as well. Well, it's going to extend the video that a wee bit longer, isn't it? It's just I'm not really sure what I want to do. So I definitely want to start reacting right away here, I think, because I've got 4 of these, and there's a possibility we might get this and then refresh 2 of them. So, or there might be something else that allows us to refresh it. So, you know, experiment or whatever. So I think I want to react right away. Now, iron would give us an iron. So that's, yeah, let's get the page up that you like for the reactions, Grant. There we are. So gain 1 material. So I could gain 1 iron. Or the good thing about iron is we can gain any essence. And then we could recharge an artifact. Well, that's not going to happen. Or we could transmute along the white track. Don't really see the want to transmute just yet. Remember, we've got 2 of any essence from that whenever we want. So is that telling you should just take the material then, maybe? The iron. I would put 2 of them down here and the possibility of transmuting into 2 iron. Thought I'd get an any essence, but like I said, this is going to give you 2 of any essence as well. And you can use that anytime you like. Okay, so I'm going to react, and I think I'm just going to get an iron. I think. Yeah, let's do that. Is there any requirements for silver in any of the new experiments? There's one that wants a gold. Yeah, there's a couple that want a silver actually. But remember now, I mean, whatever there's the one that wants a gold there, right? But if we had, that's a blue card, but if we had one of these unlocked, then we would get the discount. We could ignore that gold and just have to have 2 tin and a mercury refined. And ignore the gold, because that's the discount. The discount gives you, it's NA1. Or if you've got them both unlocked, to be NA2. I'd like to get a gold, so I think I'm sort of thinking about that artifact that gives us a gold. Of course, the other thing is we could work our way transmuting. If we got a red dice, transmute into silver, transmute into gold. It's going to use your essence up, and with no artifacts to benefit from there. However, why not get the artifact first and put it in there, and then as you're transmuting into silver, there you're getting a gold. Yeah, anyway. Well, that's a reaction. We've done that. We've took an iron. That's fine. Okay, so now I'll just leave it there now, and then I know when I come back it's my turn. I haven't drafted the dice yet. It's my turn, and I can just start from there. And yeah, there's plenty of opportunities there. Well, to be honest, I could any colour, and I'm going to get 3. That's where I'm going to get the best potency from that. Well, obviously that as well, but the bot, if I leave that, the bot's going to take one of them next turn anyway, so I'm going to probably take one from there and then change it to whatever I find is what I want. I mean, I need to work on it. I need an experiment, and then to be able to also work on that experiment, so that's going to be the plan to get started. And yeah, maybe see if we can maybe beat this guy to this bonus token here by bumping ourselves up twice on the earth track, which is an essence I've not got, but remember I do have that formula waiting to give me 2 essence, blah blah blah. Yeah, okay, alright, I'll be back with the next part sometime soon. Cheers.